On the dividend news, we do have Intuit, which hiked its dividend by 15.4% to 90 cents quarterly per share, marking the 12 consecutive years of dividend increase. The next one we did get was Summit Financial Group, which hiked its dividend by 10% to 22 cents quarterly per share. The dividend yields right around 3.56%. And the second to last one, we did actually get another dividend hike from Deere Company in 2023, which marked a total increase of 12.5% for the year. And the last one we do have here, guys, is Gaming and Leisure Properties, which hiked its dividend by another 1.8% to 73 cents quarterly per share. The dividend yield for this is a 6.1%. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here to bring you episode 202 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what we bought, what we sold, what dividends came in. And in this episode, we will be going over 8 companies that are expected to announce dividend raises in the month of September. So definitely going to be exciting, guys. Let me know in the comment section if you own any of these stocks. Definitely going to be a passive income from these raises, because we have to do absolutely nothing and we continue to see that snowball compound every single week, especially with these dividend raises. They do help out. Remember, we come back every single week, kick off these scripts. So I have all these scripts available for free. All I ask in return is that you're subscribed with that notification and you drop a big thumbs up on my videos to help out the channel. Costs you nothing, helps out the channel, and definitely appreciate it. But anyways, by the end of this video, we should see this way higher, because remember, we're trying to get the monthly projected dividend income to about $375 to about $400 before the end of the year. We'll see if we do get it. Our major goal was $325, but since we've already surpassed that, we're trying to aim higher and higher. And then anyways, you'll see here on the annual dividends, you'll see that we do have for 2023 now, we do have the month of August for dividends. It's already accounted for this, but we're at $2,168.67. Already surpassed 2019. We're very close to surpassing 2020. Remember, the month of September for dividends for this portfolio is going to be massive, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. If we look at the quarterly dividends, we're working on Q3 of 2023. We're waiting on the last month, which is September, and then we'll see if we surpass Q2, which was $1,000 and $1,006.81. I'm pretty confident that we will surpass it, but we'll have to come back and check in October. On the options premium here, guys, you'll see that for the month of August, we roughly made about a total of $73.37. The good thing, it was in the green, or in the positive, versus the month of July, which we were down, and that's because I was trying to move up in strike price. But you'll see our rate of return on options so far is at 3.45%. I really am aiming for a small return, because that really small return that we're trying to get, that will be reinvested into the portfolio, and that compounds. Those little crumbs we get from premium every single week, they do get invested into the portfolio, and in the long term, they'll pay off. Those little compounding things will finally work itself through. But if we look at the goals here, guys, we do have the first goal, which is to reach 20,000 subscribers. We're I guess we're halfway there. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing with that notification, and as well, drop a big thumbs up on the video. That way it promotes my channel, and I definitely appreciate it. Goal number 2, guys, we've already surpassed this, to reach $325 per month on average in dividends. We're on our way to $375 to about $400. We'll see where we end up by the end of the year. And then goal number 3 is to reach $118,000 invested in my own money. This is all within my control, which you'll see that we're at $115,801.84. So we're working our way up there. We'll eventually get to that goal. And then goal number 4 is to dollar cost average $100 into the portfolio at a minimum, no matter what the portfolio is doing. If it's up, down, sideways, whatever is happening, we're going to continue to reinvest these $100. And then goal number 5 is to drip an additional $100 of a company that is going ex-dividend date. I'll show you that shortly. And then goal number 6 is to roughly make about $400 per month selling options. I think we're getting close there. We're slowly but surely eventually getting there. And then goal number 7 is to try to get to SCHD to 1,000 shares. I already have a goal or a plan to achieve that. We'll see if our puts get assigned eventually and we'll reach the 1,000 shares of SCHD, which would be very, very awesome there. If I show you guys here the dividend payout, you'll see that we do have these companies that we're going to be getting paid from in September, which is very, very juicy. You'll see we have Costco, Microsoft, Lockheed Martin, Waste Management, Nvidia, Union Pacific. But one of the things I do want to mention is that we'll be having to buy some Waste Management and some Nvidia. I'm probably going to be buying SCHD instead of Nvidia just because Nvidia is trading way too high. But we're going to be buying this because they are going ex-dividend date. That way we can kind of collect the dividend for us. And yeah, that is kind of one of the goals. So I'll be depositing some more money this week to buy more of these shares. And in the long term, it'll pay itself off. And if we look at the options here, guys, so far $3,990.82 for the month of I guess for the year of 2023 so I'm definitely excited to see that. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the video, which you'll see here the portfolio is at $211,286.31, which means about $362.92 in the green, which is a 0.17%. 2-year change so far, what it's showing is $23,176.07, which is about a 12.32% in capital appreciation here. If we look at the positions, you'll see that we're up by 34.77%, which is roughly about $53,745.15. You'll see cash balance is roughly about $2,989.36. I have the other investment into kind of like T-bills. It's a mutual fund, and it's a government money market account. And then if we look here, we do have the 2 covered calls on Apple, which will be expiring about in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna have to roll these up, see what happens. We're gonna be managing them. And then we have Altria, JP Morgan, which will be placing some covered calls hopefully next week. We have Microsoft as well, covered call. We're gonna have to manage this one. And then we have a couple other companies here. We're gonna eventually try to get to 100 shares. We'll see how long that takes. And then we have the 687 shares of SCHD. So we're in the green on this one so far, and we're going to try to get to 1,000 shares. Right now I'm trying to aim for 700 shares. That's kind of the first goal there. And then you'll see that we do have we have a 3 cash secured puts on SCHD at $70 strike price. So I would get assigned 300 shares of SCHD at $70 if by the 15th of September SCHD closes below $70. The other thing I do have here, guys, which I did place, was SCHD. So I placed 7 cash covered calls on SCHD for the 15th of September for a strike price of $77. They did pay me about what was this, $24 or so for selling these covered calls. But what this means is that if SCHD closes above $77 or higher, I will get my shares sold at $77. My 700 shares, which technically about 13 of those are naked calls, or I guess naked shares. But as long as SCHD closes below $77 on the 15th of September, these contracts will expire worthless, and I get to keep just the premium, and I get all my shares still. But you'll see here, guys, that we do have also SNSXX, which is that US Treasury money investor. We have about $22,000 invested in that. We'll see what happens. Eventually, I will sell out of this to cover my positions with SCHD, but that is not close yet. It looks like potentially these will expire worthless. We'll see what happens. But if we look at the performance, guys, you'll see that we're up about $13,749.24. Pretty cool seeing this in the green. On the rate of return, you'll see it's a 6.88%. And then if we look at the investment income, we're at projected to make about $5,280.63, which is averaging about $440.05. I believe this is accounting for that US Treasury that we have invested $22,000, but it's definitely exciting to see this grow and grow. And then if we look at the history here, guys, we do have it to start filtering from the 27th of August of 2023 all the way till the 2nd of September. So if I scroll to the bottom, you'll see that on the 28th of August, I did end up placing a covered call on JP Morgan for a strike price of $155 that expired on the 1st of September. So this was a weekly. They paid me about $3, so about $2.34 after fees. Just wanted to go ahead and play very safe. I would think the delta was maybe like 10% of it being in the money. Then we have on the 28th of August as well, I sold a sell to open. So I sold the 7 covered calls on SCHD for a strike price of $77 that expires on the 15th of September. So this is about 2 weeks away from now, and sold 7 of those. They paid me about 4 cents or $4 per contract. So I ended up collecting about $23.36. They kind of charged me a lot on fees on this one. But then you'll see here on the 28th, I also bought $100 worth of Lockheed Martin because they are going ex-dividend date. Same thing, I bought $100 worth of Union Pacific because they are going ex-dividend date. And then on the 28th, the Starbucks dividend ended up dripping the $27.39, which is great. It bought 0.28 shares of Starbucks, so next quarter we'll get way more. On the 28th, 29th, I ended up depositing $300. That was to cover the purchases here. Plus, also remember, I want to invest or buy $100 worth of a company every single week, no matter what the portfolio is doing. You'll see on the 30th, we got some credit interest. This was from just the money that we don't have invested. We got a very, very cheap in return on that. So that's why I ended up putting them in the US Treasuries, because we'll get a better return on that. On the 1st of September though, I ended up buying 2 SCHD shares at $74.83, spending about $149.68. And then the last one we did do on the 1st, we actually got the Visa dividend, which was great to see, guys. $12.73 passive income there. So if we look here, guys, you'll see this green button. Let's go ahead and see how much we collected in dividends this week. Completely passive. Looks like we made $12.73 in completely passive income. Had to do absolutely nothing for this, guys. But let's go ahead and jump over to the first. Well, I guess let's go over the 8 companies that are expected to announce a dividend raise in the month of September. And so the first one we have, guys, here is ticker symbol PM. Philip Morris International Inc., trading about $95.68. We are at the dividend summary. They are in the consumer staple sector. Dividend yield is of 5.31%. Annual payout is $5.08. Payout ratio is about 86.10%. 5-year CAGR is at low 3.15%. Dividend growth is 14 years is what this is showing. And I do have these organized by the 5-year CAGR, so the last one, the 8th company, will have a higher dividend 5-year CAGR here. So if we look here on the dividend history and we scroll down, you'll see that they typically raise their dividend on the 3rd quarter. You'll see in 2021 they were paying $1.20, and on the 3rd quarter $1.25. Same thing here, $1.25, and then $1.27 on the 3rd quarter. And then if we look to the right, you'll see that the 3rd quarter is typically announced for 2022. It was announced in September 14th, 2022, and then for 2021 it was announced in September 15th, 2021. So we will probably get it right in the middle of September, so maybe 2 weeks or so away from now we'll get the announcement on Philip Morris if they will be raising their dividend. Let's go ahead and move on to the second one. And the second one is, guys, ticker symbol O, Realty Income Corporation, trading currently about $56.20. If we look here, they are in the real estate sector, they are a REIT, and then on the dividend yield, it's a 5.46%. Annual payout's about $3.07. Payout ratio is 74.04%. 5-year CAGR is at 3.71%. Dividend growth, I believe this is wrong. It's been a lot higher than this. But if we look at the dividend history here, guys, you'll see that if we scroll down, you'll see that typically they actually raise their dividend almost every three months or so, or I guess at the beginning of every quarter. So you'll see that if we look at 2022, they were actually paying $24, or I guess 24 cents and 0.2475, and then the next quarter 0.2480. If we scroll to the right, you'll see that that's actually September 13th, 2022, which is when they actually raised the dividend. So right around when Philip Morris might be announcing the dividend raise, we'll see it from relative income. We'll see what happens. But let's go ahead and move on to the third one, guys, which is going to be HON, Honeywell International Inc. Currently trading about $188.39. And then they are in the industrial sector here. Dividend yield is a 2.19%. Annual payout is a $4.12. Payout ratio is very low, actually, 44.87%. 5-year CAGR is a 5.36%. They said no dividend growth, but I believe that's actually incorrect. And then if we look at the dividend history, we can kind of see where they raise it. So if we look, they typically raise it on the fourth quarter. So they were paying 98 cents, and then on the fourth quarter they raised it to $1.03 in 2022. 2021 they were paying 93 cents, and then on the fourth quarter 98 cents. So if we actually look here to the right, you'll see that September 30th, 2022, that's when they announced the dividend raise. The previous for 2021, it was October 1st, 2021. And then if we look at just 2020, they did it in September 25th, 2020. So probably right towards the end of September is when we should see a dividend raise from Honeywell. So let's go ahead and move on to the fourth one, guys, which is LMT, which is Lockheed Martin Corporation, currently trading about $448.18. And if we look at they are in the industrial sector. If we look at the dividend summary, it's a 2.68%. Annual payout is $12, and then payout ratio is 42.42%. So they have plenty of room to grow this. 5-year CAGR is at 8.45%. Dividend growth showing 20 years. And if we look at the dividend history and scroll down, you'll see that they typically raise their dividend on the fourth quarter. So 2022, they were paying $2.80. On the fourth quarter, they announced it to $3. 2021, they were paying $2.60, and then they raised it on the fourth quarter to $2.80. So if we scroll to the right, you'll see that on the fourth quarter, it's announced in September 30th, 2022 for last year. And then 2021, they announced it on the 23rd of September, 2021. So closer towards the end of September is when we should see a Lockheed Martin dividend raise. Let's move on to the fifth one, guys, which is MCD McDonald's Corporation. We're currently trading about $280.94. If we scroll to their bottom, they are in the consumer sector. Let me know in the comment section, guys, if you own any of these companies so far that we're covering. On the dividend yield, they do have a 2.16%. Annual payout is $6.08. Payout ratio is 53.66%, and then 5-year CAGR is an 8.52%. So you guys see this growing as further as we get into the companies. Dividend growth 21 years. I believe this is actually incorrect. They've been raising it for a lot longer. And if we scroll to the dividend history, I can kind of show you that. So if we look at 2022, the third quarter, they were paying $1.38, and then they raised it to $1.52. 2021, third quarter, $1.29, and then fourth quarter, $1.38. So if we look to the right, guys, you'll see that on the fourth quarter, that was September 23 of 2021, and then for some reason on 2022 they did October 13th 2022. But if we look further back into the history, it's always September, so we'll see if they announce it around September or October for McDonald's. Let's go ahead and move on to the sixth one, guys, which is MSFT, Microsoft Corporation, guys. Currently trading about $328.66. They are in the tech sector. Dividend yield is a very low 0.83%. Annual payout is $2.72. Payout ratio is 27.73%. Very low payout ratio. Huge room to actually for them to grow the dividend. 5-year CAGR is a 10.12%. Dividend growth is 18 years. And if we look at the dividend history, guys, you can kind of check it out. And if we look here, you'll see that 2022 third quarter they were paying 62 cents, fourth quarter they raised it to 68 cents. 2021 they were paying 56 cents on the third quarter, and then on the fourth quarter they raised it to 62 cents. If we scroll to the right, we can kind of see, if I can actually click it, guys, you'll see that September 20th 2022 is when they announced that dividend raise. 2021 on the September 14th 2021 is when they announced it, so maybe towards the middle end of September is when we'll get the dividend raise from Microsoft. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, guys, which is going to be SBUX, Starbucks Corporation, trading currently about $98. They are in the consumer staple sector, and then dividend yield here is a 2.16%. Annual payout is $2.12, and then payout ratio is a 64.24% on the payout ratio. 5-year CAGR is a 10.97%. Dividend growth showing us 12 years. I believe that's a lot higher, but Seeking Alpha has been known to actually get this wrong. If we look at the history here, guys, you'll see that for 2022, the third quarter they were paying 49 cents, and on the fourth quarter they raised it to 53 cents, and then on the 2021 third quarter 45 cents, fourth quarter 49 cents. So they raised on the fourth quarter here. If we look over here, you'll see that the fourth quarter was announced, or I guess the raise was announced on September 28th 2022, and then for 2021 was September 29th 2021. So towards the end of September is when we should see a raise from Starbucks. Let's go ahead and get to the last one, guys, which is AMT, American Tower Corporation, currently trading about $180.79. They are a REIT, guys. If we look at the dividend yield, it's a 3.47%. Annual payout is $6.28. Payout ratio 65.80%. 5-year CAGR is a whopping 16.42%. Dividend growth 10 years, guys. And then if we look at the dividend history, if we scroll to the bottom, you'll see that they basically almost raised their dividend every single quarter. On the fourth quarter for last year, it was actually, or I guess the third quarter, they announced it on September 22 of 2022, and then 2021 they announced it September 16th 2021. So we'll see if they raise the dividend this coming quarter for American Towers. I'm not sure if they will or not, but most likely they will. But yeah, guys, this is actually all 8 companies that are expected to get a dividend raise or announce a dividend raise in the month of September. I believe another company that is announcing is going to be Vici and potentially Verizon, but I'm not 100% sure. You'll want to check those out. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section if you own any of those companies that are expected to announce a dividend raise. Definitely would love to know. But let's go ahead and wrap up this video, guys, by jumping over here to the dashboard. I already have a copy of this over here, guys, so we can kind of see what we grew this week. Again, options return 3.45% so far. Options premium for the month of August, we made $73.37, which is great to see. On the options itself, this week. We made $25.70, which wrapped up the month of August for us, which we total made $73.37, totaling to $3,990.82 in the past couple months. If we look at the dividend payout, we do have all these companies here. So 43, we can kick off the scripts here, guys. Go to portfolio tools, get latest dividends. This will get wiped. It'll go out and see any new companies in my portfolio. I have the script. It's available for free. Again, guys, all I ask in return is that you're subscribed with that notification. And looks like there's actually no companies that announced dividends this past week. So we'll see if next week they do. If we look at the settings here, guys, we can go ahead and get rid of this. And then we can jump over to Empower to grab the latest version of our portfolio that contains all the purchases for this past week. So I'll see you guys over there. Alright guys, so we're here at Empower on my Schwab account. You'll see this green button, click on it. That copies the content of my portfolio into the clipboard, which it seems like it's taking a little bit longer. And there we go. So if we go back over here to my clipboard, we can right click, paste special values only, and then we can jump back over here to holdings. So this is the old snapshot of my portfolio from last week. Once I click portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped, and it'll actually parse out the new stuff we just pasted. So let's go ahead and click on it and give it a second or two. There it goes, guys. We can jump back over here to the dashboard, see everything being calculated, and guys, looks on the dividend yield. It actually went down to 1.99% compared to 2.01%. That's because the portfolio probably moved up in value. Yield on cost, we're still at 2.72%. On the yearly though, we're at $4,208.19 compared to the $4,197.35. On the monthly, guys, we're finally at $350.68 projected compared to $349.78. On the weekly, guys, we're at $80.93, went up by a couple pennies, or I guess about what, 19 pennies. And then on the day, we're at $11.53, so we went up about 3 pennies. So every day now we're making 3 pennies more. On the hourly, we're still making 48 cents every single hour. And then on the hourly work wage, we're making $2.02. And this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week. That's what they would get paid. We're going to eventually try to get it to minimum wage. We'll see how long that takes. But this is actually all I have for you guys in this portfolio update. Let me know in the comment section what companies, or I guess if you own any of the companies that we went over that will be announcing a dividend raise. Don't forget to subscribe with that notification, and don't forget to drop a big thumbs up on the video. Definitely goes a long way, definitely costs you nothing and helps me out, and I really appreciate it. But if you stuck all the way to the very end, go ahead and drop a hashtag raises, because we are expected to get some juicy raises for the month of September. Completely passive, it's going to compound those dividend snowballs much faster. And I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye guys.